Hey everybody, I'm going to do something a little different today I thought might be interesting. I was up late last night, probably to 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to get ready for the next WNL show. Letters to the editor. It says here, to the editor, it says, Community Watch should enforce the deed restrictions. But if they do, it should include landscaping that grows out of control and or extended to property lines, ornaments that are an eyesore, etc., not just what people want to complain about. Restrictions are restrictions, all or nothing. And that is from Melita Malta of the village of Dunedin. Letter to the editor. Says, when I became a resident in May 2008, Community Watch pointed out to us new homeowners if we had yard ornamentation that was against deed restrictions, so they used to do this. By the way, as you can see, I'm just trying to wake up, having my morning coffee. Anyway, that complaint was sent by Janet Kincaid from the village of Hemingway. That's a nice area, by the way, village of Hemingway. Here's another letter to the editor. Community Watch should report violations. It is much better for Community Watch to report property violations than neighbors reporting neighbors. The latter causes friction and discontent in the neighborhood. Bad blood ensues, and the outcomes are not positive. Community Watch is a non-biased approach. Give a warning first and then a written report. Trolls must be dissuaded to continue. This is a negative approach of anonymous reporting. Village's administration is passing the buck to letting it continue. The village's administration must take the responsibility for violations. It's their town and problem. Letter to the editor. It said, just read the article, and I too had to wait for an ambulance on February 28th. 911 call was answered promptly, and then when an ambulance was called, we waited for nearly a half hour, I believe. I was really too dizzy to pay attention, but I do know that they were talking amongst themselves about why it was taking so long and kept apologizing to me. Mine was not a crisis situation, but I wanted to add my experience if it might help someone else. That's sent in by Karen Babcock from Audrey Villas. Letter to the editor. The Village's Daily Sun's front page propaganda. Quick note, the only newspaper here in the Villages is owned by the developer, so he will decide, or his company will decide, what goes in or does not go in that paper. Regarding the stories, the Village's Daily Sun has been publishing daily on the front page related to impact fees. Don't you think you owe it to your readers to publish an equally prominent disclaimer disclosing your conflict of interest? Kenneth Van Camp from the village of Amelia. Letter to the editor. My 2 cents worth on the Sumter County EMS situation. There always will be problems with a for-profit operation which is concerned with keeping costs down. The situation is to make the village's public safety department a full-blown EMS provider within the confines of the villages. The villages already has the situations and paramedics. They just need ambulances and some more personal. Yes, buying and equipment a fleet of ambulances will be expensive. The village's public safety department is already a first-class operation. Let's build on that to make the villages even better. I am a former nationally registered paramedic with 15 years experience. That comes from John E. Peters, Village of Santiago. Letter to the editor. I think it would make more sense to wait until about January or July to open the squares to full capacity without masks. The shots are supposed to be available to everyone May 1st. So why rush to open before people get the shots when it can be done in a safer way by waiting just a month or two? Elaine Stipetich, Village of Tamarind Grove. Letter to the editor. It is my opinion that the developer of the villages should pay 100% of the impact fees, which is passed on to the new home buyers. The developer for years has had such a sweetheart deal with Sumter County. The taxpayers are bearing the burdens of the developer in higher taxes and other fees, as well as losing our rural and forested areas. Take a look at the 100,000 acres they purchased in a questionable manner on State Road 471 from Sumterville south toward Bevel's Corner. Climate change be damned, not to mention the aquifer. Sumter County won't be able to sustain this growth. The study by an outside agency should look into the antics of Sumter government and a developer. Rural areas of Sumter are being desecrated for the profits of the developer, state and local officials. Pretty soon it will all be concrete. That is sent in by Janet Sylvani, Center Hill. Letters to the editor. The bridges that have been built are wonderful for connecting all the villages for residents, but the fact that there is no sidewalk for pedestrians to walk safely over the bridge was a great mistake on the part of the developer. That was sent in by Lynn Best of the Richmond Villas. Letters to the editor. Luke Cormanchi, you are absolutely right. All the newcomers should pay their way into the community. Why should current residents pay with higher taxes and infrastructure to encourage more people to come? Newcomers should be required to pay their way into the community. Almost out of control with newcomers already. Put the impact fees where they belong, on the developers. That comes from Lois Schooneman, the village of Buttonwood. Letters to the editor. I am writing to you as part of a class project for the novel The Watsons Go to Birmingham. My classmates and I are contacting newspapers across the country in a state we chose to learn more about. I wanted to know more about Florida because much of my family lives all across Florida, and I wanted to know more about their community and where they live. I also want to go back again to the villages. I am writing to ask your readers to please write back and tell me why they like Florida, interesting facts about the state, and what visitors can do there. They can write to my school, Queen of Peace Catholic School, 4508 Vistula Road, Mishawaka, Indiana 46544. If you have any questions, please contact my teachers. Email, I don't even know how to do this, phone number 574-255-0392, extension 123. Thank you for your time and consideration. Brody Manis. Letters to the editor. The head of Project-Wide Advisory Committee, Don Wiley, must assure people in Community Development District 10 that none of the money being sent to PWAC from CDD 10 is being spent on any of the development south of State Road 44. The developer is responsible for that full development, including all amenities. Why won't they release any information where the people in CDD 10's money is going? I have asked Mr. Bayer with Mr. Wiley sitting right there with no response. I'm shocked. That is sent from Frank Marshall, a village of Osceola Hills. Letters to the editor. Regarding the stories the Village's Daily Sun has been publishing daily on the front page related to impact fees, don't you think you owe it to the readers to publish an equally prominent disclaimer disclosing your conflict of interest? Kenneth Van Camp, Village of Amelia. Letters to the editor. I don't know why the developer doesn't just take out the gate arms and put in speed bumps. I can honestly say the drivers will only drive over them once fast and won't do it again. I really wish they would look into this. I would think it would be better all around. As we all know and have seen, the arms are down a lot. Oh God, I could say so much about this, but anyway, that is sent in by Becky Herb, the village of Sunset Point. Letters to the editor. The commissioners made the right decision. The villages will continue to grow as it always has, but the Morris family fortune might grow at a little slower rate. Boo-hoo. If we lose any business or a hospital is not built, it will be a big surprise to me. Why should current residents cover costs that new homebuyers should? That was sent to by Geraldine Delaney, the village of Buttonwood. Well, I hope you enjoyed some of them comments and letters to the editor. I always get a kick out of reading them. And they're interesting. Some of them you understand. Some of them it's just people's opinions about things. And I don't know. We'll see. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see all you guys on the other side. If you like this kind of video, please leave a like, thumbs up, a comment, and I may continue doing these once in a while. So with that being said, I'll see you on the other side.